Good evening, I'm Toby Hodges and this is the brand new Jeanneau SunFast 30. One design boat, fully recyclable. Pretty exciting to get aboard here at La Rochelle, have a nice little evening breeze. Currently sailing upwind under main and jib in just under 10 knots of breeze and making 5.5 up to late 5 knots, sailing at about 45 degrees to the true wind. And we're going to set up for a bit of reaching and then downwind sailing as well. So as we set up for a hoist here, let's tell you a bit more about the concept of the boat. It was a collaboration between UNCL in France, the Trysail Club, and Rourke to make a more approachable, affordable offshore racing boat. Yeah, so it's a collaboration to produce this boat, and VPLP came to Jeanneau and Multiplast, who they worked with before, with this very modern sort of scow bow shape. And the idea was really to make something fun and approachable, but also with an eco element to it as well. So one of the main reasons Jeanneau wanted to do it was to research R&D recyclable resins. So this boat is the first boat to use this new Arkema thermoplastic resin in a production yacht. And what that means is that at the end of its life, the resin and the fiber can be separated from one another. They had a prototype first 44 group Veneto did at Düsseldorf 2023 boat show. We looked at that, and then this has now gone into production at Multiplast using this thermoplastic resin and also PET fibers as well. And so yeah, at its end of life, this resin can be heated up to 400 degrees and you separate it from the fiberglass itself, and then you can reuse the resin side of it. Also, there's already 20% of recycled resin content that goes into the boat itself. And then in terms of keeping it approachable and affordable, yeah, keep it relatively simple with 3 winch set up here. Yeah, it's got running backstays, it's got plenty going on, but they're keen to avoid any sort of arms race with this and keep it to a strict one design. So no laminate or 3DI sails, strict cost caps on it. You know, you're not going to be able to spend more money to get a lighter, faster boat, essentially. Transom hung rudders, tiller steering, square top mainsail. It's all fun, modern, and really designed to appeal to multiple people for a one design format. You know, this is about as affordable as a new offshore boat can be, and yeah, it's going to appeal to both double-handed racing crews and to fully crewed, so 4 or 5 fully crewed racing this. We've got beautiful evening sailing here now off La Rochelle. It's been really light this afternoon, but we've now got about 10 knots breeze, up to about 12, slight following swell. And we're just at late 7s at the moment. Well, basically that starts to separate, just start to plane around 8 knots boat speed, which happens, yeah, with this A-sail lap in about 12 knots, yeah, 11.5 to 12 knots breeze. But she's really slippery. We were just talking about how well it goes upwind, especially in comparison to the 32 and 33. Very little wetted surface area on the boat. So it's 2.7 ton VPLP design with 500 kilos in the fin and 500 in the bowl. So yeah, it'll be a fun planing sports boat with a nice rounded bow section there as well. And then in terms of the cockpit, yeah, it's easy, reliable setup really. So you've got these foot braces here for the helmsman, easy to pull on the main sheet, easy to get the fine trim here as well. So there we go, I'm going to demonstrate it. So you can have the fine trim and the main sheet and the traveller all to hand here. And then just got the cam cleats for the foot braces as well. Another nice thing is these running backstays. They put onto these bungees as well, so they keep them out of your way. And then you just 3 winches here, so when you go onto the working one, you just lock it off on the clutch, and that frees up the winch. Probably don't even need the winch when you're putting it on. So currently making 7.5 knots, 135 degrees true in 10 knots breeze. And then in terms of the sail package, obviously comes with a main, and you have a J2, a J3.
The J3 can be reefed,
yeah,
as ORC.
Okay, a reefable J3. And then flying jib,
45 square meters.
Okay.
And the 2 asymmetric spinnakers.
2 A sails,
one
yeah.
fractional one, the A4, which is 75 square meters.
75 square meters for the A4, right? Yeah.
And this one, which is 105.
Okay. And a storm jib.
Storm jib and trysail.
And trysail. And so that's all in the one design package. And it's also obviously neatly set up for short-handing it, double-handing it as well, so you can lock off, sheet there, or take it over to the windward side as well. Just nice, lightweight, 3D jib trim on there, and yeah, 1 bank of clutches because you've got an asymmetric companionway there. So bank of clutches to 1 cockpit winch for raising your halyards, tack lines, etc. Yeah, so the beam is kept under 3 meters, make it under the towable limit there, and then in order to do that and have a proper pit, that's why you have the single winch offset on one side, and obviously it makes sense for starting to have that on the starboard side. Extendable bowsprit, carbon fibre. Look how rounded that bow is. Made by Sparcraft, as is the carbon rig. So mast and boom in carbon by Sparcraft as well. And then Multiplast make those twin transom hung rudders in unidirectional carbon, so it's quite high end. That collaboration between Group Beneteau and Multiplast started with the Figaro 3.
Okay, let's put it down, guys. Just gonna bear away. La grille, ça sera pas au taquet sur le bas là, qui sera pas en galère. Ah oui. Voilà. C'est bon? Ça descend?
Inside, obviously kept very simple, minimal, light. So you get a pipe cot back in those quarter berths essentially, then you have these reclining seats in the main area here. Do get a big chart table, obviously navigation's important, on these race boats offshore especially. And you get a little sink area. See the structures here, so it's right down to the bilges here, which means you have 1.9 meters proper standing headroom in here. And then moving forward, you can see just how stiff this boat is. All the structures exposed there. And yes, there is a heads. All left. Not even painted up here. Super lightweight. There's the tube for the bowsprit. Traditional engine box for the Nanny. 10 horsepower, low consumption. Inboard engine under there. So is this a glimpse of the future? Production boat building using recyclable components? I do hope so. It has to be. Very cool to see. Really good fun to sail. It's a proper fun little sports boat, this. And I say it's fun and affordable. I mean, yes, it's not. It still starts at 140,000 ex-VAT, so that's 170 including tax. So by the time you put the sails on, the boat's prepared, you're looking at a 200,000 euro boat. But when you compare that with something like the SunFast 3300, it's about 100,000 less for a boat sailing on the water. I think it'll be a lot of fun in swell, waves, wind, and it's got a lot of potential. Hope you enjoyed the quick sail tour and hope we can get it in more wind soon as well.